My sister's smug text lit up my phone at 2 a.m. Sorry, Tessa, but your tragedy's bad timing. My engagement party's tonight, and Mom's all in. Catch you later? My husband Derek died hours ago, and my family ditched me for glitter and champagne. What they did next was pure evil, and I make them pay. I'm Tessa Harper, 34, and yesterday, my world imploded. Derek, my rock, collapsed at his auto shop, a brain aneurysm stealing him at 38. I was still shaking when I called Mom, begging for comfort. Her voice was ice. Tessa, we're at Nora's engagement bash. Can't this wait? My 10-year-old son, Caleb, clung to me that night, his sobs echoing mine. Alone. Abandoned. If you've ever been betrayed by family when you needed them most, drop your city in the comments and subscribe for stories that hit hard. Derek and I met at a dive bar in Boise, Idaho, 12 years ago. I was a broke barista. He was the mechanic with grease-stained hands and a grin that melted me. He'd fix my old Honda for free, cracking jokes about my death trap. His kindness hooked me first, then his hazel eyes that crinkled when he laughed. We were engaged in 6 months, married at 23, despite my dad muttering we'd crash. And burn, screw that. Derek was my home. He built his auto shop from nothing, working nights to keep us afloat. Customers loved his honesty rare in a mechanic. He'd stay late, teaching apprentices, always saying, fix it right, or don't bother. We were happy, even when money was tight. After 2 years of trying, Caleb arrived, a miracle after. A brutal pregnancy. I was on bed rest for weeks. Derek cooked, cleaned, sang to my belly. When Caleb was born, Derek held him, tears streaming, whispering, "You're my whole world, kid." Caleb was Derek's mini-me, same lopsided grin, same love for cars. Derek taught him to change oil at 6, both smudged with grease, laughing. He never missed Caleb's baseball games, even if it meant closing the shop early. His phone was full of reminders. Caleb's game, 5 p.m., bring juice. He was the dad every kid deserved. But there were signs we ignored. Headaches he called stress. Dizziness he blamed on long hours. The doc said, rest more, cut the coffee. We nodded, too busy to worry. Then Monday hit like a freight train. Derek was at the shop, joking with his buddy Mike when he dropped. Mike called 911, but it was over. I got the call at 11:03 a.m. from Derek's apprentice Josh, voice cracking. Tessa, he's gone. Ambulance couldn't. I'm so sorry. My coffee cup shattered on the floor. I sped to St. Luke's Hospital, praying, screaming at red lights. Too late. Derek was still, his hands cold. I touched his face, waiting for that grin. Nothing. Telling. Caleb was torture. He ran from school, eyes bright, asking, where's Dad? He promised to fix my bike. I knelt, voice breaking. Buddy, Dad got really sick. His brain, it stopped. He's not coming home. Caleb's face crumpled. No, he wouldn't leave me. He punched my arm, then collapsed into me wailing. We cried until we couldn't breathe, curled up on his bed, clutching Derek's jacket. That night I called Mom again, desperate. She sighed. Tessa, Nora's party's in full swing. We'll swing by tomorrow, okay? My sister Nora, 29, always the golden child, got her dream bash while my life burned. Dad chimed in. Check Derek's insurance, Tessa. Gotta be practical. Practical? My husband was dead. I hung up, rage choking me. Friends texted condolences, Mike, my coworker Lena, even my old boss Carl. Strangers cared more than my blood. Next morning, Caleb wouldn't eat, staring at Derek's toolbox. I held him, whispering, we'll get through this, I promise. But I was lying. I didn't know how. Funeral plans, loom, casket, or urn, suit or jeans. I couldn't think. Then Mom texted, funeral details? We'll try to make it. Try. I wanted to scream. Instead, I planned alone. Caleb drawing pictures of Derek's truck for the service stop by Wednesday. I was numb sorting Derek's papers when the doorbell rang. Mom and Dad stood there, uninvited, Dad in a polo like he was golfing. We need to talk, Mom said, pushing past. About your situation. My situation? Derek's shop, his insurance. Dad cut in. You're set now, Tessa. Family helps family. They wanted money. Already. My husband wasn't even buried, and they were circling like vultures. I stared, voice flat. You want his money? Now? Dad nodded, shameless. Half the insurance fix our debts. Nora could use a boost too. Nora, who hadn't called once. I laughed, bitter. You skipped my grief for her party, and now this? Mom flinched, but Dad pressed. We raised you, Tessa. You owe us. Owe them? For what neglect? I pointed to the door. Get out, before Caleb hears this garbage. They left, muttering. About ungrateful kids. Caleb peeked from the hall. Why were they here, Mom? I hugged him tight. Nothing important, buddy. Just grown-up stuff. But it was important. They'd shown their true colors, and I was done. Derek's letter, tucked in his desk, warned me. Tessa, my dad tried hitting me up for cash last year. Protect Caleb's future. He knew. He always knew. The funeral was Saturday, raw and sunny. Caleb wore Derek's old ball cap, too big. But perfect. I spoke, voice shaking. Derek was love. He was Caleb's hero, my everything. My parents showed late, Nora texting through my eulogy. I ignored them, focusing on Caleb, who clutched my hand. After Dad cornered me, think. About our talk, Tessa. I walked away. This wasn't over. They'd regret crossing me. The funeral reception at our Boise duplex was a blur of casseroles and condolences. My parents and Nora hovered like hawks, eyeing Derek's toolbox as if it held gold. I was shaking with fury, but Caleb needed me steady. Then Nora whispered, to Dad, loud enough for me to hear, she's loaded now. We'll get our share. My blood boiled. They'd regret this. I moved through the crowd, thanking Derek's crew from the shop guys with grease under their nails, eyes red from crying. They loved him like a brother, sharing stories of Derek fixing their mistakes, buying beers after long days. Caleb clung to my side, silent, holding his dad's cap. My in-laws, Corinne and Tom, were saints. Corinne plated food for Caleb. Tom cleaned. Upspilled punch without a word. My family? They sat in the corner, sipping wine, acting like victims. Mom approached, her face all fake tears. Tessa, we're hurting too. Can we talk privately? I knew that tone, her manipulation voice. No, I said sharply. Say it here. She hesitated, then plunged in. We just think Derek's insurance should help the family. We're struggling, and Nora's our career needs a push. I laughed, loud and bitter, heads turning. You're unbelievable. My husband's dead, and you're pitching a family fund? Dad joined in, voice low but firm. Tessa, we gave. You everything, your car, your wedding. It's time to give back. Give back? They paid for half my used Civic, and Derek covered our wedding. I was done with their lies. You gave me guilt trips and favoritism, I snapped. Nora got art school. I got lectures on responsibility. Get out of my house. Caleb's eyes widened, but he nodded, squeezing my hand. They didn't leave. Nora piped up, smirking. You're just selfish, Tessa. Always were. That's when Caleb stepped forward, small but fierce. Stop it, he shouted, voice cracking. You didn't even hug me when Dad died. You don't care about us. The room froze. Corinne gasped. Tom put a hand on Caleb's shoulder. My parents flushed, but Nora doubled down. Kid, this is adult stuff. I pulled Caleb close. He's more adult than you. After they finally slunk out, Corinne stayed, helping me tuck Caleb in the bed. He whispered, Why do they hate us, Mom? My heart shattered. They don't hate us, buddy. They're just lost. But I wasn't sure. I found Derek's letter again that night, rereading his warning about Dad's greed. He'd set up a trust for Caleb, untouchable until he was 25, except for school. Derek knew my family's true colors, always had. The next morning, I called Lena, my co-worker and rock. Am I crazy? I asked, voice raw. They're acting like Derek died to bankroll them. Lena didn't sugarcoat it. They're leeches, Tessa. Cut them off. Her words hit hard, but I needed them. I met with Derek's lawyer, Sarah. Later that day, she was blunt. The trust is ironclad. Your parents have zero claim, but they might try emotional blackmail. I nodded, bracing for war. By Friday, Mom's text flooded my phone. We're family, Tessa. You're tearing us apart. Dad's were worse. Call me to discuss a fair split, or we'll reconsider our role in Caleb's life. A threat. My stomach churned. Caleb overheard me reading one aloud and grabbed my phone. Don't let them scare you, Mom. Dad wouldn't. His bravery, so like Derek's, fueled me. I blocked their numbers. No more games, but they didn't stop. Sunday. Nora showed up at Caleb's baseball practice, all smiles, holding a cheap toy car. For my favorite nephew, she chirped. Caleb stared, then turned away. You didn't come when Dad died, he said flatly. I don't want your stuff. Nora's face twisted, but she left. I was proud, but gutted my 10-year-old shouldn't have to fight these battles. That night, I found Caleb in his room, sketching a picture of Derek's truck. I'm making something for them, he said, eyes intense. Like Dad taught me, show people who they are. I didn't press. Whatever he was planning, I trusted him. Derek's spirit lived in him, fierce and true. My parents wanted a fight? Fine. Caleb and I were ready. Monday brought a gut punch. Dad's email, subject line, family meeting required. He demanded I show up at their Meridian house Saturday with Caleb to settle Derek's estate fairly. Fairly? They wanted his blood money. I was livid, but Caleb, overhearing, said, "Let's go, Mom." I'm ready. His steely eyes, pure Derek, scared me. What was my kid planning? I called Sarah, the lawyer, who laughed bitterly. They've got no case, Tessa, but they're banking on guilt-tripping you. She suggested bringing Derek's. Led her to the meeting. His words about Dad's greed could shut them down. I agreed, clutching the paper like a shield. Meanwhile, Caleb worked secretly in his room, scribbling in a notebook. It's for Saturday, he said, lips tight. I trusted him, but my nerves screamed out Tuesday. Mom tried a new trick, a sob story voicemail. Tessa, we're heartbroken. You're cutting us off when we need each other. I deleted it, shaking. Lena stopped by with tacos, seeing my pale face. They're vultures, she said. But you're tougher than they think. Her pep talk helped, but at night I cried into Derek's jacket, missing his strength. Caleb found me, hugged me tight. We're enough, Mom. Wednesday, Nora escalated. She posted on Facebook tagging me. Some sisters hoard their dead husband's cash while family struggles. Sad. Comments poured in. Her friends calling me greedy, heartless. My cousin Ellie, though, messaged privately. Nora's full of it, Tessa. I saw how they treated you growing up. Stay strong. Her words were a lifeline. I screenshot Nora's post for Sarah, who said, "This is harassment. We can use it if they push." Thursday, I found Caleb's notebook open sketches of a bill, like a store receipt, listing hugs when Dad died, $0 not given, and caring about Mom, $0 not given. My throat tightened. He was channeling Derek's wit to slap them with truth. Is this okay? He asked, nervous. I nodded, tears falling. It's perfect, buddy. Your dad would love it. He grinned, fierce and proud. Friday, Dad upped the ante, sending a certified letter claiming they'd reconsider contact with Caleb unless I shared Derek's insurance. A legal threat, veiled but clear. Sarah drafted a response. Any attempt to contest the will is baseless and will result in countersuits. I signed it, hands steady. Caleb saw me and said, "They're gonna hate my bill, huh?" I laughed, dark and raw. Oh, yeah. Saturday dawned cold and gray. Caleb clutched his notebook as we drove to Meridian, Derek's letter in my purse. My parents' house felt like a trap. Cars lining the drive. Nora, Uncle Dave, Aunt Sue. Ambush round 3. Mom greeted us, fake tears glistening. Tessa, let's be civil for Caleb. I cut her off, say it in front of him. He deserves to know. Caleb stood tall, ready. Dad sat in his leather chair, king of nothing. Tessa, Derek's insurance is a windfall. We propose 60% for us, 15% for Nora's studio. I stared numb. You're stealing from my son's future. Nora smirked. You're just jealous I'm chasing dreams while you're stuck. Caleb stepped forward, voice loud. I have something for you. He pulled out his bill, handing it to Dad. Dad read it, face reddening. What's this nonsense? He barked. Caleb didn't flinch. It's what you earn. 0 for love, 0 for care. You didn't come when Dad died. You just want his money. The room went silent. Mom sobbed. Real or not, I couldn't tell. Nora gaped, speechless. Aunt Sue whispered, he's right. I grabbed Caleb's hand. We're done. Don't call us. We walked out, heads high. In the car, Caleb exhaled. Did I do good, Mom? I hugged him, crying. You were epic, kid. Dad's cheering up there. My phone buzzed. Ellie texting. Heard what Caleb did. You're both legends. But I knew this wasn't over. My parents would strike back, and I had to be ready for their next low blow. The fallout hit like a storm. Monday, Mom showed up at Caleb's school, claiming she was worried about him. The principal called me, furious she tried to pull him from class. I raced over, finding her in the parking lot, crocodile. Tears streaming. Tessa, you're poisoning Caleb against us. I snapped. You did that yourselves. Stay away from my son. She left, But I was rattled. I called Sarah immediately. Can they do this? Show up at his school? Sarah's voice was calm but firm. No, we'll get a restraining order if they try again. She sent a cease and desist letter to my parents, citing harassment. Caleb, shaken, asked, "Why won't they stop, Mom?" I hugged him tight. Because they're selfish, buddy. But we're stronger. His nod, so like Derek's, steeled my resolve. Tuesday, Nora took it public, posting a blog. My sister's hoarding her dead husband's fortune while we beg for scraps. Lies laced with venom. Friends unfollowed me. Strangers DM'd hate. But Ellie, my cousin, fought back, commenting, "Nora, you ignored Tessa's grief for a party. Shame on you." Her support spread, and Nora's post backfired. People started messaging me apologies. Wednesday, I found a note from Caleb taped to the fridge. "Mom, I'm sorry they're mean. I love you." My heart broke. He shouldn't be apologizing. For them, I took him for ice cream, letting him vent. Grandpa never liked Dad's shop, he said. He called it dirty. I clenched my fists, remembering Dad's snobbery. Derek's shop was his pride, built with sweat and honesty. Thursday, a bombshell landed. Aunt Sue called, voice low. "Tessa, your dad's been asking about Derek's shop. He thinks you'll sell it, and he wants a cut." Sell Derek's legacy? Never. I drove to the shop where Mike, Derek's right-hand man, was keeping it running. "They're circling, huh?" he said, wiping grease off his hands. "Let's protect this place for Caleb." We brainstormed, forming a plan. Friday, I met Sarah again. She dug into Dad's finances, turns out. He'd blown thousands on bad investments, leaning on Nora's art to dodge taxes. "They're desperate," Sarah said. "But Derek's trust is untouchable, and the shop's in your name." I exhaled, relieved, but Dad's next move hit hard. A letter demanding a family council to vote on Derek's assets. A vote? This wasn't a democracy. Saturday, Caleb and I stayed home, ignoring Dad's summons. Instead, we sorted Derek's tools, Caleb naming each one like a prayer. "This is Dad's favorite wrench," he said, eyes wet. I hugged him, promising, "We'll keep his shop alive." That night, Mike called. "Your dad stopped by, asking about the shop's books." I told him to get lost. Good man. Sunday, Mom tried guilt, sending a card with a photo of me as a kid. "We're still family, Tessa," she wrote. I tore it up. Family doesn't prey on grief. But Caleb, wise beyond his years, said, "Maybe they'll learn, Mom. Like Dad said, people can change if they see the truth." His hope softened me. But I wasn't ready to forgive. Monday, Nora crossed the line. She emailed Caleb's coach, claiming I was unstable and shouldn't be around the team. The coach called me livid. "Tessa, we know you're solid." Nora's banned from games. I was floored my sister was attacking my parenting now. I forwarded the email to Sarah, who added it to the harassment file. "They're digging their own grave," she said. By Tuesday, I was done hiding. I posted on Facebook, short and sharp. My family demanded my late husband's money while I grieved. My son and I are moving forward. Support us or stay out of our way. The response was electric. Friends, Derek's crew, even clients, rallied, sharing stories of his kindness. Nora's lies crumbled. Caleb hugged me. "We showed him, Mom." Damn right we did. Wednesday, Dad went nuclear. He showed up at Derek's shop, yelling at Mike about family rights to the business. Mike, bless him, recorded it. "Get out, or I call the cops," he growled. Dad left, but not before screaming. "Tessa's stealing from us." Stealing? I was protecting Caleb's future. That night, I played the video for Sarah, who smirked. "This is gold." Sarah filed for a temporary restraining order, citing Dad's shop stunt and Mom's school visit. "They're unhinged," she said. "The judge will see it." I nodded, but fear gnawed me. Caleb overheard, asking, "Will they take Dad's shop?" I knelt firm. "No way, buddy. It's yours someday." He hugged me, whispering, "I miss Dad. Me too, kid." Every damn day. Thursday, Nora's next blow landed. She sent a fake obituary to our local paper, claiming Derek left his family in debt. The editor called me suspicious. "This reeks of spite," he said. I sent proof of Derek's solid finances, and they spiked the story. But the audacity. I posted the fake obit online, captioning it, "My sister's lies about my late husband. Classy." The backlash buried her. Friday, Ellie dropped a bomb. She'd overheard Dad at a family BBQ, bragging he'd wear Tessa down for the insurance. He's obsessed, she warned. I thanked her, heart racing. Caleb, meanwhile, finished a new project that posted for the shop, showing Derek fixing a car captioned, "Built with love." We hung it in the window, a middle finger to Dad's. Saturday, the restraining order hearing loomed. I dressed sharp, Derek's letter in my purse. Caleb stayed with Corinne, sketching more posters. In court, Dad played victim, claiming I cut him off for no reason. Sarah presented Mike's video, Nora's blog, and Mom's school stunt. The judge's face hardened. "Mr. Harper, you're harassing a widow." Order granted. Dad's. Glare burned, but I stood tall Sunday. Mom tried a desperate pivot, sending flowers with a note. "We're sorry, Tessa, let's heal." I snorted. "Heal? After they tried to ruin me?" Caleb saw the flowers and said, "Throw 'em out, Mom. They're fake, like Grandma." His wisdom gutted me. We donated the bouquet to a nursing home, keeping Derek's kindness alive. Monday, the shop got a surprise boost. Derek's old client, a car dealer, offered to fund a scholarship in his name for auto tech students. Garrett believed in second. "Chances," he said. I cried, signing the papers. Caleb beamed. "Dad's helping kids even now." We celebrated with pizza, Mike and the crew toasting Derek. My family's poison couldn't touch this. Tuesday. Nora's final stunt backfired. Spectacularly. She crashed a shop event, a charity car wash for Caleb's scholarship, yelling I was profiting off Derek's death. Customers booed. Mike escorted her out. Someone filmed it, and the video went viral locally. Comments roasted Nora. "Leave. The widow alone." Her art page tanked. Gigs canceled. Karma's swift, huh? Wednesday, I got a call from Aunt Sue. "Your parents are spiraling," she said. "They're in debt, fighting everyone." I felt a pang once. I'd loved them. But Caleb's face, fierce when he stood up to them, reminded me. No going back. I thanked Sue, promising to keep her in Caleb's life. She cried, saying, "You're the daughter they don't deserve." Thursday, Caleb and I visited Derek's favorite fishing spot. He skipped stones, saying, "Dad taught me to stand up, like you did, Mom." I hugged him, tears falling. "We're his legacy, kid." My phone buzzed Ellie, warning Dad was sniffing around my bank. I called Sarah, who laughed. "Let him." Try. Derek's trust is a fortress. We were untouchable, and they knew it. Friday hit like a lightning bolt. My parents sent a handwritten letter begging to see Caleb on his 11th birthday. "We've changed, Tessa. Please, give us a chance." Change? After their vulture act? My heart-twisted rage clashed with a flicker of hope. Caleb, wise as ever, read it and shrugged. "Maybe, Mom, but they gotta prove it." His strength floored me. I called Sarah, voice shaking. "Can we trust them?" She sighed. "Legally, you're safe. Emotionally, proceed." With eyes wide open, I decided on a test. A 15-minute meeting at Caleb's favorite diner. Me present, no nonsense. I texted Mom, "One shot. Blow it, and you're gone for good." Caleb nodded, clutching his poster of Derek. "For Dad," he whispered. My chest ached. Saturday, Caleb's birthday, was bittersweet. We hung Derek's tools on the shop wall, a shrine to his grit. Mike threw a party balloons, burgers, the crew belting "Happy Birthday." Caleb grinned, but his eyes searched for Derek. I hugged him tight. "He's here, buddy, in you." That night, he slept in Derek's old jacket, my heart shattering and soaring at once. Sunday, the diner meeting loomed. My stomach churned. Would they ambush us again? Mom and Dad arrived, subdued, no Nora in sight. Mom's eyes were red. Dad's hands shook. "We're sorry, Caleb," Mom choked. "We failed you." Caleb stared, then slid his poster across the table. "This is Dad. He loved me. Do you?" The question hung like a guillotine. Dad's voice cracked. "We do, Caleb." "We were wrong." Mom added, "We're in therapy, Tessa, learning how we hurt you." I didn't buy it fully. Too many lies before. But Caleb, soft but firm, said, "Okay, try harder, for Dad." My jaw dropped. My kid, giving them a chance? I nodded, warning, "One slip, and we're done." They agreed. Heads bowed. Monday. Life felt lighter. The shop hummed, Caleb's scholarship fund grew, and Ellie sent cupcakes, cheering us on. But Nora struck again, emailing me, "You're brainwashing Caleb. I'll fight for Mom and Dad." Fight? She'd already lost. I forwarded to Sarah, who laughed. "She's got nothing. Keep that for the harassment file." I smirked. Ready? For her next flop. Tuesday, a miracle unfolded. Caleb's school held a car show for Derek's scholarship, kids showcasing fixes they'd learned. Caleb spoke, voice steady. My dad fixed cars and hearts. This is for him! The crowd roared, my tears flowing. Mom and Dad showed up invited by Caleb. Not me. They clapped, stayed quiet, no demands. Was this real change? Wednesday, I sat with Lena, spilling everything. Am I nuts for hoping they'll be better? She hugged me. You're human, Tessa. Guard your heart, but Caleb's hope matters. Her words grounded me. That night, Caleb drew a new poster. Derek and him fishing, caption, Family loves, not takes. I cried his wisdom was Derek's legacy, burning bright. Thursday, Dad called, asking to join Caleb's next game. No pressure, Tessa. Just to cheer. I hesitated, then agreed one more test. At the game, they waved signs. Go, Caleb. No money talk, no guilt. Caleb high-fived them, cautious but smiling. My heart thought a fraction. Could they earn us back? Time would tell. A year later, on Derek's death anniversary, we held a memorial at the shop. Mom and Dad came, bringing a photo of Derek fixing their car 3 years ago. He was family, Dad said, voice low. I nodded, not forgiving yet, but open. Caleb hugged me. We're strong, Mom. Dad's proud. Damn right he was. Our family chosen, not force shown brighter than ever. If families betrayed you, share your story below. Like, subscribe. Let's honor love over greed. Caleb, N. I approve. You can rise fierce and free. That's the end of today's story. Did things turn out the way you thought? Or were there some surprises along the way? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't joined the community yet, now's the perfect time. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you're always the first to catch new stories. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next adventure.